Why is detachment so important, and how do we know when to detach from things or people in order to attract more abundant energy and happiness in our lives? Hey superstar, you can be proud of yourself. You found this channel because you want more out of your life. Normal is not in your dictionary, and you know you can get whatever you dream about. Less talking, more action. My name is Anna Russo, your new success host. Welcome to my podcast, Luxury Problems. Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video here on my channel. It has been a moment. I used to release every single Friday one YouTube video for you, but I've been in Germany, I've been traveling, I have seen my family, and also went right once I came back to LA straight into production. So there was no way for me to create new content, new videos, but that's changing again. I am bringing out every Friday new episodes like I used to. Not only interviews with my guests on my podcast channel, but of course also videos like this one to empower you, to make you think a little bit different about certain things in your life that may have been a burden. And that's why today, as you already saw, I am going to talk about detachment, and especially why detachment is so important in our lives. But most of the people don't want to detach from things because they feel like they're losing somebody, something. They feel like they losing out on a lot of things financially or emotionally. But detachment is actually a good way to bring new abundant energy in your life and to create this space in order for you to create the things that you desire and that are actually meant for you. There's many reasons why we have fear to detach from certain things or people, but also I want to talk with you about the two different areas of detachment, because we do have the physical detachment and we do also have the emotional attachment. Both at the end they go hand in hand, because if you want to detach from something but you don't take the action to actually detach, you will just suffer, but you're not able to really fully resolve that problem or get rid of that situation because you have never really physically detached from a situation, a person whatsoever. So that's why it's very important, and both go hand in hand, but also first of all to make sure, is that what I want to detach in my head also something that I am okay with if I don't have it in the physical world no more? And that's what I want to discuss with you today in this video, and hopefully there's something after this video you feel like, damn, I have never thought about it like this, and there's actually many things in my life that I want to think about detaching from it because they haven't been serving me in a long time no more, and it's getting heavier and heavier. So let's dive in. I'm super excited for this one. So as I said, it all starts in our heads. It's all mental at first. If we really feel like certain things are becoming a burden or certain situations are just too heavy, you can't take it no more. Example, let's say you've been working at one company, at one job for the past 10 years, and that's where you started, and this was your first boss, your first co-workers. So you have a lot of emotions attached to that specific job. It's not so much about the tasks that you do and the things that you do at that job, because you technically can do that at other companies as well. But the fact that you have this boss, or you have this nice co-worker Cindy, and you love just the fact that every time you come to work you have a co-worker that you really click. You guys can talk a lot of things that also serve you in a personal way, on a personal level, and you like the money that you make there. But for example, there's always so much stress and people expect so much from you. The pressure becomes more and more and more, and we don't really know why we still in this job. Why is it that I'm still keep getting up 6 a.m. to be at the job at 7:30, that I feel like it's so much pressure and I always come out late, but I go there because I like my coworker Cindy and I make good money. Then you have to ask yourself, what is more important to you? Is it more important that you have a peace of mind? You love waking up every morning to a job that you really love, not because of the tasks only, but also because the whole surrounding and the whole environment fits and they appreciate and value your time, and they will not have you overworking nonstop and not saying thank you and all these things. If you can somehow find out if all this that is disturbing you at this job, if it's still more worth than, detaching from it and finding something else that you may like. There's so many things in our life where we always thought, oh, I cannot do this, I will never find anything better, I will never be in a better position. And there will be people that will also implant this in your head. If you have a job, for example, and the boss from this job is telling you, oh, Tanya, if you ever go somewhere else, you will never find any better boss, you will never find any better job that treats you like this, and you never will make more, like not much more money like you will get here. Then it is the boss's insecurity to know he would leave a very valuable worker in his company. And because he's not willing to do certain changes within his company structure, and he's lazy and knows there will always be people that he can take advantage from, then that's the power he has over you. And the fact that you're so codependent to this job, and the fact that he knows how much power he has over you, he will use that for you to stay with the company. And that's why it's called a codependence, because it's an unhealthy attachment to a thing or a person where somebody in that relationship uses their mental power over this other person in order to get what they want. That happens in friendships, that happens in relationships to partners, it happens at the job. Like this can happen anywhere that you can just imagine. And important though is, and it happens to all of us, there's always certain things and situations where you will meet somebody that will try to take advantage of you, and also will try to find out how far they can go and use you in order to get you where they want you to be. And that's totally fine, that happens. Also, you may have been benefiting from the situation at the first place, but your job is to realize and be self-aware when that moment kicks in, when you are not willing to take it any longer, and also to say, before I completely detach from the situation, you don't have to quit immediately your job because you feel like certain things are wrong. It's about communicating and expressing the way you feel about a certain situation. And if we take this topic again from work, then it would be your job to go to your boss, say, listen, Mr. Such and Such, Mrs. Such and Such, there are certain things I was looking at for a while now, and I would love to talk with you. When do you have a moment? Make sure it's not like, by the way, I just wanted to tell you I don't like this and that. Like really take the time and also express to your boss that you would want to have a session with him, because that shows him it is something important, not only for his worker, but also for the company. You want to take the time and You want to show him appreciation also, that this is not something that just happens randomly. You want to set up an appointment, you want to sit down with him and will explain certain things that you experienced, that you have seen within the last few weeks, months, even years. Give him the chance to explain why that is the way it is. If he's able to explain it, then that's a great thing, because then also you see that he is wanting to keep you as a worker. He's wanting to express why certain things are the way they are. Maybe he's not even self-aware. Maybe it was the perfect moment and the perfect time to go to your boss and point out all these things, because maybe he's so overwhelmed with everything that he would not even have seen it, and everybody else was way too scared to announce it. That's why he's probably very happy and grateful that you took the courage and also the time to sit down and speak with him. That will give you also a complete different stand within the company. You will earn respect if you deal with a person that is healthy, that is not using you because they know about their power over you in a codependent relationship. If he's really that type of person, he will make sure that these things will be fixed within that company structure, that will help you to enjoy your time at work again. Of course, it's a complete different situation if you feel like you want to change in your life. You don't want this job no more because multiple reasons. Sometimes we just want to move on, have new chapters in our life. Then of course it is always just good to say, listen, I had a great time. This and this just didn't work out for me no more. But I'm thankful for our time together, and I move on and I make a check on it and make peace with it. That's a complete different situation. But if there's just certain things that you just don't like in your job, but you're able to take all of that burden just in order to keep this job or this comfortability of not having to look for another job, is not the right thing to do. And if you deal with a boss that is pissed that one of his workers, which is you in this case, or Tanya, he will tell you that you are the problem. It's not the company that is the problem, it is you. Because if you would do this, if you would do that, then you would be able to take way more shifts, and then you're not so overwhelmed and this and this and that. So he will use your points that you pointed out to him, which is a weakness, which just shows that there is problems within the company structure that this type of boss would never admit. He's just feeling attacked, so he's protecting himself and his ego by saying, it is not us, it is not me, it is you. And even in this situation, he will still try to make you feel less than, make you feel like you are the problem. So you're not having the courage to say, okay, well then that's that, I'm going to leave, because he will tell you you're never gonna find anything else and he will not write you a good resume. And all these things called scarcity technique. People use this technique everywhere. They use it in the media, in the news, even in commercials. Have you not seen commercials before where it's about pharmaceutical medications and people say, if you really love your kids, if you really love this person, you better make sure they all have that medicine, such and such and such. Because they use that emotional side in order for you to create so much fear, because nobody wants to lose their loved ones. And you're going to take that medicine, you know? So all these things are always coming back to, how can I fear somebody so much in order for them to still obey and do the things how I want them to be, or for them to buy this certain thing, or to stay in this commitment, stay in this relationship, like stay in all these different areas. So all of these things that I'm telling you now, you can apply them to everything. Friendships, relationships, marriage, work, everything you can apply that to. What is important again, that you have the self-awareness and the courage to actually know that you want better for yourself. It's not about how can I make somebody else feel worse so I feel better. It's about what do I have to detach from mentally, physically, in order to actually get the things that are really meant to be in my life. Just this single sentence is so key, but also so difficult for so many out there. I'm not going to lie, definitely for me as well. Since when I was a kid, I always was a people pleaser. I always wanted to be liked by others. It was horrible for me to not be the person that people like. I wanted to be liked as a kid, and I was willing to do certain things that a regular kid would maybe not have done because, I just didn't have that confidence back then. That's why a lot of these things, this fear of loss, that codependency, has a deeper root within our whole history. Probably happened in your childhood or teenager years. There's always a reason and story to everybody, and that's why I know, of course, also your detachment has something to do with certain fears, mostly of loss or not to be liked. A lot of the times it's not even that, it's not like we don't want to detach, but sometimes it's just the thought of, but if I detach now, my complete image is out of the window. People will think differently about me right now. I just don't feel good about it to have to explain myself to others. That's a lot of the times a reason why people don't even are okay with the thought detaching from something. Because you have to see it like this: how many times we try to hold on to so many different things, and that goes on all simultaneously. It happens while we help certain people that we know. Yes, they are important to us. I mean, at least we like them, they're friends, whatever. But those people always keep coming back to us because they need help, they need advice, they need money, they need whatever they need. Time, the most valuable thing, time. You still able to manage it somehow, so to always help out with some kind of, if that's time, advice, and so on. You do it because you want to help, and that's a nice trait of you. But in the same time, you have your own family, maybe. You have your kids, and they're going through a rough time in school right now. And they may be getting bullied in school, so you have to make sure you cover that as well. Then at the same time, you have a job, and then you try to build your business, your own business, because you want more for your family and yourself, so you don't have to deal with all that struggling. And that doesn't even go the way you want it, but you still keep giving away all this energy to so many areas in your life that it's getting more of a burden and more heavy for you. And then, of course, you want to avoid conflict, you want to avoid drama, so you will sometimes say yes to certain things that you know you don't want to do them, but to avoid drama or gossip, you just do them. But it's still subconsciously a burden, and it's a heavy weight on your shoulders that you carry. Sometimes for months, sometimes for years, decades, people keep walking with all this heavy weight. You may have a partner and you just want to be loved and be with somebody. You may be scared to be alone. That's why you keep being in that relationship, while you have all the other things too that you try to cover. But you're not willing to detach from none of these things because you're scared to lose your friends if you say no to them. You may be scared to lose your job, and when you build your business, so you still keep doing this job. You may be scared that you never ever find this partner in your life no more when you release this partner or when you break up. And of course you have to set priorities, because of course when you are a parent and you have kids, then that is your life mission. You committed to this mission basically to raise kids that will learn so much from you. But what do you want to teach them when they see in your crazy life that you just give, but you're not willing to set high boundaries and also to detach from things that may not longer serve you? And all this comes back to the scarcity, the fear of loss, not being liked and loved. And let me tell you something, your kids will not judge you to not say yes to everything, or if you have a partner that wants the best for you, will not say, well, you have to spend that night with me, or you have to go with me to this place, because if not, you're just not loving me. That's again a codependent threat that they use in order for you to do things for them, even though they know you have so much going on and you're building your business in the same time, you're having to take care of the kids and so on. Somebody that really has pure intentions and loves you would never even say a sentence like that. So just to put this in your head, if you ever feel like you come in contact with people that are mind manipulative, like the sentence I just said right now, some people may think, oh, they just said that, they didn't mean it. No, that's actually already a red flag from the beginning, where you know you should distance yourself from these people, because they will just use you as long you will give to them. Once you set high boundaries, it's gonna get boring for them and they will automatically disappear or get frustrated because they will not get the outcome that they might wanted or they thought they will experience with you. So since you already have all these things in your life that you take care of, that you say to everything yes, even though you don't want to, just think about what is the ultimate goal, or what is that thing that you still trying to achieve or that's missing in order for you to finally feel good about yourself or feel good about everything in life in general. Because we just are willing to handle so much because we think in the back of our head, oh yeah, I'm still waiting for something better to come, or I'm waiting for another opportunity where I know, okay, then I don't need this no more. But then you just have a placeholder, and energetically you definitely ride on a lower vibration because you're willing to take less just to not have loss in order to wait for whatever is coming. But I can tell you right now that this is not happening. It happened to me many times because I had fear of loss. I tried to hold on to so many things, and sometimes those things, they just left me. And I didn't even had it under control. And I was holding on so long to these situations. And now they're not appreciative. And I'm mad about these people. But I actually have to be mad about myself because I was willing to take so long all the BS. And at the end, I'm the one that sits here by myself. And that was definitely a learning lesson for me. Once you release situations, people, and you make space, even though you don't have anything what's coming next or anything better than what you had before, it will create space, first of all, for you to breathe, to release stress, which automatically will put you in another state of thinking and also a higher vibrational state, so you can attract those things that are really meant to be in your life. And if you just have placeholders all over, you will never be able to make space for the new beautiful things that's supposed to come your way. And just as a little thought pattern, if you're scared to lose certain things, just think about how you just came by yourself to this planet, how you didn't have anything and anybody, of course your parents, but still you came here by yourself. The truth is, you will leave this planet by yourself again as well. You didn't came with people, and you didn't came with any materialistic things. Also, you didn't came with the knowledge. So everything that you learn, that you experience, those are the things that will go with you when you leave. But your physical body doesn't come with you. Your money, your car, your nice jewelry doesn't come with you. The people that you're holding on so tight in this physical world, they're not coming with you. They go by themselves at some point, but they will not go with you. So this may be helpful in order for you to know nothing is forever, right? Nothing is lasting. It will always somehow, in some kind of way, either disappear or the energy will shift in order to create certain situations. I want to have a little exercise with you right now. Just in order for you to see, okay, everything is overwhelming right now. I just don't even know what to think, what to detach from, what do I even want. I'm just confused. I'm just completely confused. I want you to sit down, take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I want you to completely isolate yourself from your phone, from people, and really have a quiet moment, probably best in nature. That's how I reconnect. Ask yourself, why do I need and want these things or people in my life? Do I even need them in my life or want them in my life? If you have an answer for this, just ask yourself how much energy you have to actually maintain this type of. So you are centered and hopefully detached from all the phones and people around you, all the noise created in your head. I want you to say to yourself right now, I'm open to the idea to create a change in my life. I'm open to the thought of releasing something that doesn't serve me no more the way it used to. I wrote it down so I can really give it to you the way it comes. Because sometimes things were serving us and we were happy and fulfilled. But not only we grow and change, but also our surrounding is changing. And that's why it's so important to always self-reflect and see, where am I at? Only because something served me a while ago and made me happy doesn't mean it still is that way. Do I want to change something about it? I'm willing to work with this scenario? Or is it just a burden and I know it's going anywhere? I have to get in peace with the thought of releasing and detaching from it. This is the thought that you should be sitting with, just in order for you to at least create this little bit of space and that opportunity for you to know, if I want to change it, if I want to detach from it, it will happen. And the only thing you have to do is taking action. You will be surprised, even if you already just speak out this thought, either in your head or you speak it out loud, that you open to the idea to detach. You will send out a certain vibration, a certain energy that will resonate with the things that you were holding on so much to, that codependency. And if you send out that idea to detach, you will give these things, these people, a certain vibe where they might even hold on tighter at first, but then will see, oh, she's not giving to me so much more like she used to, or this situation is just like, not getting the attention from you so much no more. So it will let go as well. It will detach from you because you were sending out a certain energy. And everything on this earth is energy. And that's why a lot of people that are always hoping to, get better or do this or do that, they don't have to search for this outside. It happens in here. You have to know why you do certain things, why you want certain things, and what you have to work on yourself in order to attract these things in your life. And if you have pure intentions and you don't do things based on how much could you get something out of a certain situation if you behave a certain way. If you change your natural being just in order to get what you want, You will may get it, but you will always have to pay for it after, if that makes sense. So people will have regrets when they did things a certain way. They may have been working out for many years like that. But then at some point you will say, why did I behave that way just in order to get this? I missed out on so many other beautiful things just because I was behaving that way. So all these things are very important, and self-reflection is so key. Mostly we're just completely confused about what's happening around us, what are other people doing. We see it on social media every single day. I'm super honest. I'm mostly on social media to just upload my content, to engage with my community, also to view what other people in my field are doing. But I am not comparing myself in order to pretend a certain way that I'm not, because social media is a great tool to pretend you are somebody that you're not, because you can create that image and this idea of who you are, but who are you within yourself? And can you show up for yourself the way you do it for Instagram, Facebook, YouTube? These are the things that I just try to avoid. That's why I upload my stuff. I comment under certain things. I like to motivate as well, but I'm very selective on the pages that I view and that I support. Once I'm done with it, I'm leaving the platform again, and I'm not finding myself scrolling through all these fake images of fake lives that I know everybody can create them the way they want it. Also here, detaching from the idea to be somebody you saw on social media. Detaching from the idea to think if I look like this or create this type of content, especially the ladies out there that's getting more and more naked on social media, only because at some point women did that. And that's no judging anybody that is creating like content where they like wearing no clothing or OnlyFans or whatever it is. It's your decision to create this content. But for other women that are not naturally behaving that way, or they don't even want to do it, but they do it because they want to be seen like the other women are seen, then you're managing your business and also your life based on others people success, if you know what I mean. So don't do things because you see them online and they like may get 100,000 of views. Do things because you are fully confident in what you're doing and you know the purpose of why you are doing it. Once you have this deeper knowing and this confidence, you will be all in peace of detaching from certain things. And just the fact that you are willing and open for it will bring so much more abundance, happiness, love, growth into your life that you would not have gained when all these things that you were holding on to would still be in your life. And I hope that you were able to find yourself in certain areas that I just explained, but at the same time also be open to the idea to change that and take action. Please, if you like that video, do me a favor and right now hit the like button. Maybe also you experienced a certain way or scenario where you were able to detach and you saw a huge change. Please, I would love to see it down here in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, of course, I appreciate everybody stopping by. Hit the subscribe button and you will get more of these type of videos, that content that is uplifting and is helping you to get the best version of yourself. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.